be here today for Families Matter, St. Lucie Public Schools Parenting Guide. We are excited to be your hosts. My name is Rebecca Benton, and I am a life skills parent educator with Student Services.
Hi again. I'm Dejon Jackson, Family and Community Outreach Administrator on special assignment for St. Lucie Public Schools. The focus of our show today is to discuss how to prepare for a great school year.
The purpose of Families Matter, St. Lucie Public Schools Parenting Guide is to give parents and families information about the resources found within our local community. The resources shared could be in the form of people connected to St. Lucie Public Schools, like school counselors, district support personnel, or educators on your child's campus. Or the resources could be found on our St. Lucie Public School website. And it could be in the form of local community agencies that help your child achieve success. You play a pivotal role in the life of your child and children, and as always, our aim is to support you. Today, our purpose is to give you tools and resources to support your family as we start the school year.
Rebecca, it is such a special time of the year, the start of the school year. It is such a busy time with lots of energy all around. You can feel it. One that educators, school staff, families, and students look forward to. It is exciting to meet your new teacher children, see what classes you are registered for, middle and high schoolers, and maybe look into that new club or sport.
It's a very exciting time, but it can be overwhelming with lots of new information. So we have many experts on today's show to help you navigate this eventful time. So we have a jam-packed show. Stay with us and let's get started.
We want to introduce our first guest, Mrs. Deborah Weiss, the Director of Child Nutrition Services. She's a friend to Families Matter and has been on the show before to speak on food resources within our community. Welcome back, Mrs. Weiss.
Thank you so much for having me. It is such an important time of the year because kids are getting all ready for school, and one of the most important things to remember is about the school meals program and having breakfast and lunch. How do I get lunch? So one of the most important things is that you have to complete that meal application every single year, especially with families who have kindergarten students or kids that are coming into St. Lucie Public Schools for the very first time. Completing that meal application can be done on our home website just by clicking the tab that says meal application. So if you do feel that you qualify for a meal benefit, get that done prior to school starting because we want to get it processed so we have the right status on the very first day of school.
Oh, great.
Yes. And we have talked before about Skyward Family Access on the show and this great tool that helps families connect. So how can families utilize Skyward Family Access when it comes to their child's school meals?
Family Access is a great place for them to put money on the account. Even if you feel that if you qualify for free or reduced, you want money on the account for some of those a la carte snacks that students love to have. Also, you find that that's where you'll find what status you are once you complete that meal application. And then most importantly is that you get to review what your child is eating. So you can get a meal statement and find out all the different things that they're having.
Oh, lots of great information. Yes, we have how-to information on our website about Skyward Family Access. Please check it out.
Now, the lunchroom can be a fun place to socialize, recharge, and eat a healthy meal before getting back to those academics. What tips do you have, Mrs. Weiss, for a child eating in the lunchroom?
Well, one of the most important things is to have parents review the menu with their young children. Knowing what's going to be on the menu prior to going through the serving line makes the system move a little bit faster and the kids get through the line really quickly. So, and also know that when you are receiving a meal, you must have a fruit or a vegetable in order to get a reimbursable meal. So knowing that. So parents, go look at the menu, which is located on our website, and review that with your child. Most importantly is that they have to know that lunch number.
Yes.
So it is a 5-digit lunch number that they will use for multiple things throughout the school day, not only just school lunch. So teaching and learning that school lunch number prior to school starting really important.
Oh, very important. For our little learners, I would recommend practicing opening food packages and lunch containers so students can be more independent when eating lunch. A method I use with my boys at home is pinch and pull when opening their favorite fruit snacks or bag of chips.
And you had mentioned that lunch number. We want to infuse that tip to go on Google Images
Yes.
or something like that, print out the keypad so that your child can practice putting that number in. That number is so important, not just in the lunchroom, but also it's a password for some of our students, and it's important for them to keep it up here.
Now, growing up, I loved eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That was my go-to when I packed, and when I bought like a hot lunch at school, I love the pizza. What were your favorite choices,
Of
Dejan?
course, that peanut butter and jelly. But you know, I had some friends who were a lot bit allergic to nuts. And so it was important that when I had a packed lunch that I knew my friends, but also one thing that I did way back in the day was trade stuff with my
Can't
friends.
do that now.
We can't do those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Weiss, with that in mind, what are the school's responsibilities and how can parents help the school when it comes to allergies and packing their lunch, as well as just, having those good practices in place?
So one of the things is that the school meals program for kitchens or cafeterias that are K through 8, we do not offer peanut butter and jelly for the reason of allergies.
That's helpful.
So, but what parents need to do is if their child does have an allergy, it's really important to connect with the nurse at the school and complete a meal modification form. That must be completed in order for us to make any modification to your child's meal. So the district dietitian will review that modification, and we will select items that are perfect for your child so we can make sure that they remain safe.
Oh, that's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about the breakfast and lunch options that children have to choose from daily?
Sure. The breakfast and lunch options are created by a student focus group.
Oh, that's
so we
awesome.
want them to be liked by students. So, but also they have to follow the USDA guidelines. So they follow the dietary guidelines, and that's where we get it approved by USDA. So we have so many different options, such as you still have your pizza and your chicken sandwich, but we also have options such as Spanish and Mexican and Asian. All of those are really great options and that students really love.
Absolutely. We want to also remind families that St. Lucie Public Schools offers a free, you heard me, free universal breakfast for
Yes.
all students at St. Lucie Public Schools.
Now, is there anything you would like to share with families when it comes to food and nutrition?
Well, we really want students coming to eat with us because those are the most important meals of the day. And we have a variety of food options. So come eat with us. Breakfast is free, like you say, for all students. And lunch is by meal status, free, reduced, and paid. However, we want you coming through the line so you can make sure that you refuel
Yes.
for the connection with learning. That is so important.
It's the most important.
So
definitely.
important. Thank you so much for
You're
sharing
welcome.
with our families all the information you did. And
Love
you are
being here.
always welcome back with
Yes.
us.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
We want to welcome our next guest, Miss Michelle Jerger. Thank you so much for being with us today. Can you share with us a little bit about yourself and the role that you serve with St. Lucie Public Schools?
Absolutely. My name is Michelle Jerger. I am the director of St. Lucie Public Schools Student Assignment Department. I've been with the district for 23 years, and of those 23 years, 20 of them have been at student assignment.
That's amazing.
Wow. It doesn't look like you're a day over 21, so
Oh,
you
thank
are
you, darling.
maintaining well. Like you're maintaining well in the student assignment. This is such a busy time of the year, especially in your department. What advice do you have for families as they start the school year?
Well, my first advice is just don't worry. Don't worry. You are in an outstanding district. We have a proven record of taking care of all children and making sure that all children succeed. So you're at the right place. And the next step is just talk to student assignment staff. Let us know what you need, and you can go online and do an application.
Do you have any helpful hints for families when it comes to enrolling in school?
My first hint is do it as soon as possible. Do not wait until the week of school and say, oh, I'm going to go register my child. Go ahead and go online. We have an online application that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, that's so great
So
for
whether we
families.
are open or not in the student assignment, you have access to us by going online.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this is a two-step process. So
Yes.
once they go online and do the application, that school choice application, is that the same? I hear school choice application. Is that the same process, or what is? Tell us a little bit more about that.
So the student assignment process is a way for every student that comes into St. Lucie County to be able to get assigned to school. So we have regional zones here. And so based off of where you live, if you are north of Midway Road, that is the green zone, and you'll have a choice of green zone schools that you can select and rank order in the order of your preference. If you are south of Midway and east of the Turnpike, you're in the red zone. And that's for elementary, middle. You'll be able to select what schools you would like based off of your preference. Also, if you are south of Midway and west of the Turnpike, you are then in the blue zone, and you would be able to rank order your choices there. For high school, it's a little bit different. It's a lot easier, actually. For high school, based off of your zip code, we will tell you exactly which school you are assigned to.
And what about magnet school applications? Talk to us a little bit about that process.
Okay, so our magnet process starts as early as October, so we're filling those magnet schools as quickly as possible. But we have our MSAT magnets, which are a lottery-based magnet. That's Creative Arts Academy, Sam Gaines Academy, Fort Pierce Westwood Academy. Those are West Prep, that's actually what it's called. But yeah, those are our magnet schools, and there's a online application that you can fill out there. And actually, when you sign on to the application, you'll see different tabs that will allow you to apply for different programs.
And so if you have siblings, is there a sibling preference when it comes to that magnet school application?
So we offer sibling preference and proximity preference to your zone schools. So if you're red, blue, or green, you do have sibling preference and proximity preference. Proximity is anyone who lives less than 2 miles to the school. As far as magnet is just the seat. There's no sibling preference or prox preference when it comes to magnets.
Wonderful. So once those applications are in, how do families find out where their child or children were assigned?
Well, we use our technology. So we are going to email you your student's assignment, and we're also going to do an all call. So when you see St. Lucie Public Schools come up, you need to answer that call.
Don't ignore.
Yes, don't ignore the call, or at least listen to your messages, because we are going to send both the email and the phone call out at the same time. Matter of fact, we'll be doing a big call real soon.
Oh, good. So answer your phones.
Yes. And the second step in that process, once they receive the application, they've completed the application, they have their assignment, what happens next?
Right. So when you're doing your application is with student assignment, and that's what we do. We assign your student, but your child isn't physically enrolled yet. You want to register your child at the school. So all those important papers as far as the emergency contact and who can pick up your child, you're going to get that at the school. So you want to take all those important papers that you brought to us and take that to the school, such as the immunization records, the physical, birth certificate, proof of address. You're going to take that to the school and finalize your registration.
Wonderful. So what if a family moves within their zone, or if they move out of their zone? What do you suggest for families?
Well, if you move within your zone, you are fine. There is nothing you need to do. You're going to just stay at the school. We guarantee your seat all the way throughout the entire school year and through the highest grade level that the school goes to, as long as you stay within the zone. If you move out of zone, you want to come back into student assignment. You want to go back in there, do your online application. What I want to stress to families is you don't have to worry about long lines. There's no long line to wait in. All you have to do is go online and do your application. Now, if you're uncomfortable with doing your online application, absolutely come in and see us. We have staff members that are just on the floor to help you complete your online application.
And that speak all language, speak
Yes.
Spanish and
Yes,
and Creole as well.
so in
Speak
our
Creole.
office, we speak Spanish, Portuguese, Creole, and French.
Oh, amazing. What a
That
great service
is
for families.
amazing. That is amazing. And so you've provided some wonderful information. We've talked about the different scenarios, if you're moving in and out. What if someone stays in the zone, but they are wanting to change schools? Is there a different process for that?
You know, that's a very good question, because we do have some families that say, oh, I don't want my child to stay here. I want a new school, or I didn't get my first choice. You know, can I still get my first choice? There is that opportunity, and it's through our wait list process. And the wait list process is just that. You're on a list and you're waiting for a seat to become available for your child's school and grade level. So we put you on a wait list. You're placed on that wait list based off of the date and time that you complete your application. And we consistently have conversations with the school. We monitor their seat counts. And when we see an opportunity to place a child off of the wait list, we do that.
Oh, that's
That's
wonderful.
amazing
Yeah,
information.
wonderful.
And you have provided some wonderful insight into this whole process. We appreciate your expertise, especially at the beginning of the year, but not just the beginning of the year, all throughout the year, because you never know when moves might happen. So thank you so much for being with us today, Mrs. Jerger.
My pleasure.
Yes,
My
thank
pleasure.
you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
We have one more guest for you today. It is Mr. Jacunti Prince. Thank you so much for joining us today and being on this episode of Families Matter. Can you share with us a little bit about yourself and the role you play within St. Lucie Public Schools?
Yeah, so my name is Jacunti Prince again, and I've been with St. Lucie Public Schools for 5 years. Currently, I'm the Director of Transportation. I've been in warehousing, transportation, logistics for almost 25 years now. I've had the opportunity of working with great people here, St. Lucie Public Schools, and this has been a wonderful experience.
That's
Wonderful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Transportation to school focuses on safety as it sets the tone for a successful school day of learning. What are some bus safety suggestions you have for our families or our parents?
Well, I always like to talk about step one. We're starting a new school year. At the start of each school year, we have an increased pressure on traffic when we apply school buses to the road. We have students who are new to riding the bus. So we always ask that our parents attend to their students to and from the bus stop in the morning, at least for the first few weeks. And if you have elementary students, we prefer that you're always there to receive your students in the evening and you bring them in the morning. We have to have an increased awareness of students in our public spaces during this time of year.
Absolutely. And positive communication with the bus driver is paramount, just as it is with any other staff member, such as teachers or nurses. Please let the bus drivers know if your child might miss school if you haven't planned absence.
Another great tip for families is to download the Where's the Bus app. It's a free app that can be downloaded for Apple or Android users. Can you tell us a little bit more about this free app?
Yes, so it's called Here Comes the Bus, And Here Comes the Bus gives proximity alerts and notification updates on where the bus is in a GPS map type app. It'll give you alerts to bus changes. So for instance, if your normal bus number is 1, 2, 3, 4, and it moves over to bus number 4, 5, 6 for whatever the scenario may be, it'll give you the alert to look for that bus. So it helps us to stay timely, and it gives you an alert to say, hey, make sure you're at the stop in a timely fashion.
Especially our elementary kids.
Yes.
We want to make sure that parents with kindergartners, first graders, that they see that familiar face, right?
Yeah, so you should have the same bus driver day in and day out. Primarily, there will be changes in staff here and there, or a driver may take a day off, but you should have a consistent driver who your student gets to know each day.
And we've talked about relationships all the time on the show, and that's another great, safe person to have a relationship with, talk to, ask how their day is going. So bus drivers are wonderful. What do parents need to log into this app?
So the parent is going to need, just on any smart device, they're going to need their student's 5-6 number and the unique student code, school code for St. Lucie Public Schools. And that code is 77914, and that's alongside your student's 5-6 number.
This app is so helpful. Families, we want you to make sure you check it out. We'll include the directions on our Families Matter website, and you can also have that unique code for St. Lucie Public Schools memorized. So kind of keep that with your child's 562 or 5-6 number so that you can plug that right on in.
Now, if families have transportation questions, who should they contact?
They should contact us directly. They can contact us at 772-204-RIDE, R-I-D-E. There, they'll reach out to us, and then they'll speak to one of our representatives in transportation, and one of our reps will help them with anything they may have, like bus stop information, bus stop times, anything in those. And matter of fact, when they're even having concerns with their students' activity on the bus as well, we can address those concerns as well.
That is so important. So families, it's crucial to stay in contact with your child's school regarding any transportation changes. I know as a school principal, there would be times that families would call and say, hey, my student wants to spend the night at somebody's house, or something along those lines. So if there are transportation changes, what might a child have to do or a parent family have to do with those changes?
So for a scenario like that, I suggest that they contact their school administrator. The school administrator has the ability to receive that notification from the parent, and then the school should process a bus pass that they can hand to the student, or they can take to the bus driver. That bus pass allows a student who's not normally written onto that bus to be allowed to ride with their friend or a family member, because a lot of different circumstances where a parent's not going to be home one day, and they want that child to go to somewhere where they know they're going to be safe.
Right.
And speaking of safety, I know kids are so excited on the bus, they're talking, but it's okay to have conversation of, you're with your friends, but we want to make sure we're using a good general conversation tone so that the bus driver can focus on the road.
Right.
Yes, so again, the driver's primary job is to focus on the road. You want your student to get home how they left. You want them in a safe condition. If a driver becomes distracted, those scenarios we try to avoid. So we ask our students to follow the bus rules, adhere to the basic bus rules, the rules of the bus, and if they have a question or concern, they address it with the bus driver so that the driver can become involved and help in any scenario that they may find themselves in.
And parent engagement is huge with that. So parents, just talk to your students and let them know the bus rules, which you can find on our website, our Families Matter website. Please check it out. So thank you so much for coming today on this episode of Families Matter. You shared so much wonderful information about transportation as we start the school year. We just are so appreciative of you.
Thank you, and I'm happy to be here, and if you need me again, call me.
All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Rebecca, I wanted to talk about open house. It's such a great time to get geared up for a wonderful school year.
Oh my gosh, I loved open house. It was so fun to meet new families when I was teaching kindergarten and then say hi to families from previous years. And when I worked at Westwood High School, it was so neat to see my students from when they were little and now they were all grown up. I just loved it. Such a great time of energy and excitement.
I almost always stayed up right before open house and right before the first day of school. Open house and the first day of school were always amazing. While open house gives you a chance to meet your child's teacher, kids also check out who's in their classes. Parents and kids are looking forward to hearing what curriculum will be offered for the upcoming school year, seeing where the classroom is located, and checking out the theme for the year. Or is that only in elementary?
No, I think that's all
throughout?
Yeah. Open house is a great time to meet teachers, coaches, sign up for clubs, get supply lists. Please check out your school's Facebook page for our open house times and also our St. Lucie Public School website, our Families Matter webpage.
And just a few short days after open house is the time for the first day of school. We have some tips for you to have an awesome first day.
Remember, those morning and evening routines are great to have in place. Start now. Watch this short video with some tips to establish yours.
To get a good night's sleep. Talk to your child about any jitters they might have about the first day of school and enjoy some family time together right before the school year starts. We know that this school year is just going to be the best. One of my favorite things to read was First Day Jitters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a great book. Yes,
it is.
Families, we have gone over a ton in today's show. Families, we hope you feel more prepared to start the school year. And if you find yourself in it, if you need more help, please reach out. Our aim is to be the guide on the side for the many resources found within St. Lucie Public Schools and our community.
Rebecca, once again, we have had a great show. We want to say a very special thank you to all of our experts. If you have missed any of our shows, please tune in to WLX Horizon to watch it, catch up, and feel connected. Check out our social media page for our next show. Next month, we're dedicating our show to Parks and Recreation. It's going to be a great show.
Yes, yeah.
Remember, all families matter in St. Lucie Public Schools.